Hi, and welcome to this first episode of TSGRetro. TSGRetro is going to be a channel like some of the other channels if you've actually gone to the TSG FPS or the TSG StarCraft channel, which are channels that are meant for people to watch different types of games. We set up in channels, so every channel has its own theme. This year is going to be retro games. Retro games like those can be PC related. They can be, of course, console related. Doesn't matter, as long as they're well, there's really no age, but it could be like, for instance, the N64 or retro consoles that are at least a couple of years old or are not the generation of now. The new generation is probably going to have some other some other channels for that, but this here is the first episode. I'm Fettouhi from the Speed Gamers. You probably haven't seen me around if you're new here, but if you're from the Speed Gamers, you probably know who I am. Anyways, retro games. This here is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. This game here is probably one of my favorites when it comes to point and click detective games. I highly recommend it. You check it out. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and I'm going to talk a little bit about also what's the channel about. But let's start out the game. Well, I'm going to skip the intro because you're probably not going to want to see that, or I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to spoil the game for you if you haven't played it. But we're just going to start out here. It's pretty easy here. The game is from Sierra, and the game I think came out in about 93, 94, and then came to on CD in 95, 96, if I remember correctly. I got it on CD, but I also bought it for easier access from GOG.com, which I recommend you get it from there. It's a download file, install, and it works. It has DOSBox and everything included. As you can hear now, if you can hear it on my voice, the game has voiceover. There are some famous people in here. There's like Tim Curry. Probably his famous movie is probably the Rocky Horror Show. There's of course Mark Hamill from the Star Wars games. He's got a role in here also. He plays Detective Mosley, and the game itself is not as as point and click, but it uses the type of Scum VM thing, but it's not based on Scum. It's actually based on still some of the Sierra coding from the what's it called. King's Quest and all that. You don't type this game. It's still a real point-and-click game. But anyways, the game is about pretty much you're Gabriel Knight, and you are a novelist, and you're trying to write a new novel, and you also own a bookstore, which is in New Orleans.
I can't wait.
The whole theme here is pretty much that New Orleans, if you don't know, I've never been in real life to New Orleans, but it's pretty much famous for some occult voodoo city from what I know. And this is pretty much what the game is about. You're trying to pretty much write a new book, which is about voodoo, and it's going to be, and you're for that there's some murders that have happened, and you're pretty much trying to get some info on that. And the murders, of course, are called the voodoo murders, which are happening around your ears, and you get involved in that. So let's talk a little bit about the interface. The interface is pretty simple. Right now you can't see it. You can click around and get your gestures out, but you can also pick them up here. Here's the menu. So you have walk, you have look, you have grab, you have open, you have push, operate, some small talk dialogue, and some questioning. You also have access to every dialogue you record. Like a good novelist, you record and you save tapes of it. So, as you can see right now, I do not have any recordings on. I have an inventory, and here's the narrator. You can't turn the narrator off. And in like for instance, most King's Quest and the Sierra games, they have a point system, so you can actually know if you miss something out. If you want to be a completist, you have 342 games or 42 points to achieve. The options, you can switch around the speed. Speed is pretty good. You can of course mess around with the text, details, and all that, the sound and the music. Narrator's voice can be turned off and on. Text off and on if you want that. And of course, save and restore. And that's pretty much it. And of course, help if you need that. The help system is only pretty much to figure out how the game works. It's not going to help you. There is no hint system in this game. It's old school, so no hints. So let's walk a little bit around. As you can see, the pace is not that great, but it's the pace that games were there back then. And right now, I'm gonna try and grab something. And let's see here. There's some tweezers here.
You've already got me, you lucky devil. You've already got me.
If I can.
You've already. Mind if I borrow the magnifying
Doesn't look
glass?
like I can grab the tweezers.
No, Sherlock. Just bring it
Let's
back.
pick up. I'm just gonna pick up this here instead.
No problem.
So I should be able to pick up these tweezers.
I'm gonna
There we
take the
go.
tweezers for a bit.
The resolution
Things look a
is
little
not
scruffy.
that great because it's an old
Just
school
trying to
game,
make you feel
and I'm
at
gonna be sorry about it. I'm gonna post this here in the official resolution. It's been captured in. You can't mess around with it. If I stretch, it's gonna look crappy. Of course, if I can get better resolution, I will of course do that. But you have to bear with me. This here is an old school game, so it's not gonna be high def. But I encourage people to definitely, if we're gonna add, and I'm not, hopefully not gonna be the only one who's gonna be posting games to this channel here. More from the speed gamers and probably the community and other people that are interested are gonna post their retro games here, and depending on what quality they can capture it in, the better, and hopefully high def for some of the better games out there. For instance, console games should be able to capture in good quality or better quality than this, but this is decent. Anyways, as you can see, I just grabbed some couple of things here in my inventory, and let's talk to Grace. Let's see what she has.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
And this here is pretty much the thing that like this here is hand drawn, really nice. And then you have the text. This here is definitely, it's a unique style to this game here, and you will not see this here set up in anywhere else. And the great thing about it is that the lips are gonna move and all that. It's really great. Let's check.
Messages for me?
Do we have messages?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Awesome.
Okey-dokey.
Lawsuit. We're gonna love that.
There's more when you want 'em.
Do you
More
have
messages? Let's check.
for me?
Your grandmother.
And this
called.
here, if you can hear, is Tim Curry.
What
I
did
can't
she
remember
say?
who this here
Did
is.
she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice
But,
little chat about you.
Yeah.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins.
Details.
Not that
And
anything
you can,
about
of
you
course,
is
skip this. I'm
surprising.
gonna, of course,
She
let
adores
you
anyway.
guys see
She's
this
my
here.
girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
So we're gonna stop by
Okay.
our grandmother, and if you hear this, you earn some points. That's the key thing here. So that's pretty much it. The way that you get around is, of course, that you pretty much go outdoor, and it will automatically take you to a map. Let's try that. So we're gonna move out.
I'm going out.
Good luck.
And we're going out here. see there. And you will see this here. This is the map. We're at the moment here at the bookshop that we own, and there's other places we can go to. And of course our grandmother, and other than that, this is the outside of the map. This is more the central station here. And let's go over to our grandmother. And you see a little small animation. And this is the biggest the screen can get, and is. So still, remember this here is an old game. 11 years old, 12 years old probably. So,
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss.
it's old
Now
school.
come and sit
So
down.
you're going to be
Tell me how you're
really
doing.
wuddy-duddy and whatnot to your grandmother and all that. But she's the only relative left. But as you can see, the game here, I hope the game is interesting for you. It's definitely interesting for me. I still love the game. I can play it for hours. It's probably going to take you around, if you're a first time runner, probably around 8-10 hours, maybe more, depending on how much trouble you have with the puzzles. The puzzles are a bit of a challenge at some points, but it's a great game. You will definitely get a lot of joy out of this. So that's pretty much it I want to show you about the game. I'm not going to spoil too much. I hope this is what you want. Tell me, leave comments if you want something else. If you want like more detail, or you actually want me to play the game fully, because I'm not gonna. My idea at the moment is just gonna show you different kinds of games. You get an idea what's actually out there that you have missed, because maybe you're younger, maybe you're older like me, and actually can't remember these games here and just want to say, hey, I want this game. Where can I find it? That's pretty much it. What my plan is so far, but I hope I got your interest. So if you would like to see more, please subscribe and leave comments. So thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.
Subscribe.